Welcome to SOUQ Sports. We are here live on this beautiful sunny side of Lagos, to be precise, Lagos Island, 16th floor of a very beautiful building, one of the tallest in Africa, and it's like the business hub of Africa. On both sides, we are bounded on beautiful roads, Marina and Broad Street. Then down to the back side is one of the biggest markets in Africa, and we are sitting watching from the horizon. You need to come visit. We'll take you around. My name is Chooks, John Rogers Chooks, and today we'll go to good spot. Something happening at the Italian Open. We'll follow that for like 1 week now. The big boys are falling by the wayside. Names that we don't really get to mention are all sticking out and telling you that, yes, we are here. The big girls are still there. Some are leaving, some are taking good Cocoa Pops and going home, trying next year. But it's all good. We'll get to good football. For those that have been having some beautiful bad belly, for those teams that start with A, don't worry, it's all good. We'll get there and smile home. It's not all about, but the trophies are important. We'll now talk about that. That game keep coming up on regular basis. I am still blessed to have the beautiful, handsome guys here. You know, the eligible bachelors have decided to go on break today, so we have just one aspiring eligible bachelor. They also have a guest in our midst. So, ladies and gentlemen, your excellencies, please join me as I welcome them to introduce themselves to you. Next, the battle.
All right, my name is Temple Barra. It's great to be here on SOUQ Sports. Talking about bachelors, we take it,
Are you forming bachelor?
No, I'm saying talking about bachelors, we're taking.
Oh, you are taking.
We don't fall. We don't.
Everybody talk for themselves. We, you
okay.
and
You and I. You and I have been taken.
Well, I'm still Charlie Montero. I would not say I'm still in the market, but by the grace of God, my heart belongs to somebody. It's Charlie Montero. This beautiful Friday afternoon, we are going to bring it to you as it is hot. Stay tuned.
Okay. Now, we are going straight to Iga Swiatek. Now, congratulations to her. Well, when we say congratulations to her, we want to say, Coco Gauff, don't worry. You lost 6-4, 6-3. Sorry, you didn't lose. You were beaten. And she has qualified for the finals. And the beautiful part of this was that, when the Open started, we were rooting for Iga, Coco, Sabalenka.
Arena.
Yeah.
But what Iga has done is to set up a replay of the Miami Open final, right? And I mean, she's gone on to prove herself. Yes, you're apologizing to Coco Gauff, a young girl who is aspiring, American, has got a lot of talent, and you'd expect that she'll put up a lot of fight. Yes, coming into the Open, but I feel Iga is someone who you cannot just wish away. You cannot just probably pass on, because she's come ahead. Yes, come a long way when you talk about the game of ping pong, tennis, right? And if you also take a look at the games preceding this, you realize that it's not been an easy feat. Talking about the opponents she's had coming into the finals, but eventually I'd describe it as something that is worth celebrating. For Iga.
Okay.
Yes.
How about Coco Gauff?
Disappointing, yes.
How?
She put in a lot of effort.
Have you seen the prize money to get to semi-finals?
Well, disappointing on all fronts.
Have you seen the prize money?
Why wouldn't you win?
Have you seen the prize money?
Millions.
Are you her banker?
Millions. But
The
then
banker should be the one that is not happy.
But you really give it to her. I mean,
getting to this
getting
stage,
to this stage,
it's not. She's still young as well.
20 is good.
She's still
It's
young.
more like try again. There's going to be several opens.
I don't think there's anybody who will get to the gates of heaven and be asked to try again. I will be happy about that.
This is not gate of.
But the person that was better on the night won. I mean,
Yeah.
So kudos to her for reaching this far or for getting this far. But
Kudos to who exactly?
Coco Gauff.
Okay, good. Now let's go ahead to Sabalenka. For most of us, we're looking at three of them though. So two have staked their name and told them that, hey, let's try and fight that fight again. Now, between them, for Sabalenka, she is still the world number 2, and she beat Danielle Collins 7-5, 7-6-2. That was more like that match was more stressful than that of Coco Gauff. And now we're looking at, just like you said, the repeat of the last Open.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to take the day?
Well, it's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be difficult to decide.
Yeah, because both of them, I think they are familiar with each other's game. So nobody's going to be on the upfront and firing. They will just play a more technical game and just work their way around, because I think they are familiar foes, so they know each other's strength and each other's weaknesses. So they will just try to play smart around it, and whoever plays the script right gets to win. That's how I feel anyway.
But I think it will go Iga's way.
Iga?
Yeah.
Okay. Put your money
this
where
one
your
is
mouth. Now, let's get to the guys. Now, for those that have been wondering, Nicholas Jarry, yes, you heard me right. You heard me very, very right. Now he's heading for semi-finals. Now, these are names that we do not even think we're going to go past round of 16, round of 8. But here he's in semi-finals, and he gave us a beautiful upset. No other but Tsitsipas. Why is... Okay.
I feel so sad for the Greek tennis player, Stefanos, traditional name. I mean, you would be expecting when the likes of, we stop hearing the names, Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray and all that, you know, Stefanos would be in that league that's going to take over.
He's still there, but he won't win every Open.
Yes. Who's Jarry?
The guy that beat him.
What number what?
He beat him.
So it's, yes, described as a major upset. These are the kind of surprises we experience in the Opens, and you know, you say yes.
Do you want to have another World 3 again? Let's have that kind of feeling.
I just think it's phenomenal how these three have been able to set the
Do you call them musketeers or?
They have set the bar so high that these young ones, we do not appreciate the effort they put in, and you know, the journey that they also
even with injuries.
Excuse me. And these guys have just, you know, set the bar, and we're not looking in like underplaying, because we know what we're used to in this sport, or we know what we are used to getting. You know that three names will keep on being mentioned when you talk about semi-finals and the finals. And now we see people that are supposed to take over, and they are falling short, and we're hearing strange, not strange names, but names that are not traditionally used to hearing, and we're seeing this kind of
Jerry come there to sell akara.
I'm just saying.
No, but
this not someone that
at this stage of the competition, you wouldn't be expecting, you know,
the first timer. You'd be expecting.
I'm not sure even Stefanos Tsitsipas getting on the court would expect to lose that match.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be sarcastic. But then, just think about it. The odds would definitely be in favor of Stefanos.
Let all the odds be in favor. Let the other guy win. Do you know what his bank is looking like right now? This is his first time in the semi-finals. I'll say congratulations. Not just in now. Okay, Tommy Paul.
Yeah.
So these are
another name, you know, Hobbit, another big name there, you know, brushed aside. But then it's not. This is pure elimination. Yeah. I mean, it's
semi-final.
It's yes, you get eliminated. There's no third place or losers game to play.
They beat you.
You go. So it's the next stage, and it's the finals that you're looking forward to now.
So yeah, for everybody still watching this, we are looking forward to what Zabalenka is going to play, and to the guys, it's going to be fun. Now let's go to that. For those that are still wondering, we were looking forward to the O2 finals, for the Premier League O2 finals. Now that's completed. Congratulations to Michael Smith. He took the 9th of 16 in Sheffield, winning 6-3 against Luke Humphreys. The beautiful part, Humphreys already grabbed the spot already, so that was not an issue. So we'll have the last person that will take the spot for London O2, and the night it has been wrapped up. So all together we are having Luke Little, we are having Luke Humphreys, we are having Michael Van Gouwen and Smith, and now they will face off on May 23rd. That's on Thursday.
Yeah,
that has come to stay.
Less than a week. Come to stay in where?
Well, now that now depends. All those boys that are in Africa that know how to plug mango with one stone, please. There's a competition calling.
But it's not quite the same technique, actually.
Well,
bring your technique. Set the board.
You know, I feel the various sports associations, apart from the football FAs across the federation, need to start seeking out talent. Right? You have people who are skilled. People who have darts in their rooms. And who says you can go pro if you're good at it? I mean, you just stay on your bed and you throw and you hit the pinpoint, or you're able to get maximum points, but casually throwing. Some people just do this thing for fun. And as such, you know, if we begin to look inward and find out if we can establish clubs, recreational centers, you go out there, you find out seek out people who are able to take part, then we'll grow that as a sport.
Then you now go beyond those that play in the room or play in clubs and look for those that plug mango from the. They just look at it. And
But in the end, you can convert and
by
make people,
setting up this,
make them become interested and convert them to pro.
okay.
well, there's always room for him.
And you're always talking
There's
about
always
the
room
money.
for him. Yeah.
Of course, yes, the money is important.
So imagine how much people will be earning at the O2.
Okay, let's not imagine. Let's not imagine. That's where we are going to get into trouble. Now, for those wondering athletics, now the Grand Chambers of the European Court Human Rights, they will hear the case involving, Semaya, Caster Semaya. Now, her issue was majorly that of having high testosterone levels, and it's a very, very, I won't use wrong words, but that kind of lines that you don't know how to cross when it comes to we down here in West Africa.
Yeah.
So now, the sport says if your level is way above a particular, you can't compete for 400 meters upwards, down to some marathons, down to some long distance. And she's taking it personal that, no, I'm a woman, I'm not a man. I didn't create myself.
Yeah.
It's a disorder.
It's dragged for over a year,
It's
right?
well more than a
It's
year.
more than a year.
It's dragged for a long time now.
Getting
and
to 3 now.
Semeya has gone, she's gone the length and breadth of planet Earth trying to seek, in quotes, justice. And the last hearing, I think she came up top.
The court gave her ruled in her favor.
So
this is like the final part of it now.
So there's some light at the end of the tunnel. But then
She's 32.
this is one out of many. Let me relate it to tennis, where Serena Williams opted out of a competition because she didn't want to play someone who, had transgender, right? And so we need to realize that this is part of us now.
Who exactly is part of us?
Transgender, people with high testosterone, people.
Now, we need to spell out something. Who is a transgender? Who has the DSD issue? I don't know if you understand. That way we know, okay, this is a disorder. And not a man coming to claim that he's now a woman and wants to compete in the woman's sport.
No, I think this
has
is different.
direct DSD issue.
So I think transgender has to be the one that is will I call it unnatural process to change genders.
Really?
Because you come out and you say I'm a lady stuck in a man's body, and then you see that's what we understand by transgender. Yeah. So if you come out and say I'm an athlete, previously running under the male, but you feel like you are trapped in a male's body, a female.
Who trapped?
Psychologically, I think the US has given room for all these laws, and people just different groups coming out to fight for rights. And
yeah, good. So they can run there.
So here's what I feel. Sorry to take it right away from you. It's the issue that other athletes are refusing to compete or accept. These other persons who have these issues.
As long as it's not a disorder.
Yeah, as long as it's not a disorder. That's why I feel it's,
Remember Michael Phelps?
Yeah, the swimmer.
So he now tells us, oh, I am trapped in a woman's body.
So he goes over to the female category.
Will you compete?
But then I feel...
Will you compete?
It's not fair.
I'm not a swimmer.
Okay, if you were a swimmer, will you compete?
If he wants us to
before you even jump from that board, you've lost. So how is it?
Ethically speaking, it's not fair. I don't find it fair at all.
How can it be fair?
I mean, a man competing in a woman's category because he changed his appearance.
How can it be fair?
It's not fair.
How can it be fair? Okay, now we're still here, and it's SOUQ sport. We've gone tennis, we've gone athletics, we've gone darts. So where else are we heading to? Let's get and talk about something that most people are waiting and yearning for. Okay, for those that were part of what Scheffler did some time ago, everybody was waiting and saying, okay, is it going to be 3-3? It did not happen. Is it going to be 4-4 for Koda? It did not happen. We're talking about golf. Now, for the US PGA Championship Kentucky, well, this is just the beginning of the day. So Xander, congratulations, he has drew the record, equaling 62, setting the pace in the first round of the PGA Championship in Kentucky. Now he holds 9 birdies in sensational bogey-free round to lead the 3 at Valhalla. Now, this is just day one.
Yeah.
Why the whole press and media is celebrating it, I don't know. Because the world number one is still behind.
Well, what's there not to celebrate?
Rory is still behind.
That's a lot of celebration.
Eh.
It's just like, the cycling competition where you have 10 stages and someone wins the first stage. You celebrate and you're wondering, this is not the end
is not the
of
end.
the
This is
Giro
not the-
d'Italia or the
This
race.
is
So
not
why are
the
you
second
celebrating the first stage?
Well, I think it's points on the board that they're celebrating. If he can have this quick start compared to the competition he has, that's we know their potentials and you know how quick they can climb the board. But you registering these points early enough gives you an advantage.
And
edge.
here's
Push
someone who
forward.
has not won a major championship
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
You also have a legendary Tiger Woods, in the competition,
competition
going
as
on
well.
at Louisville, right? And he didn't even do well opening. So there's a lot of comparisons when you see someone who is coming from like an underground athlete or player coming to shine at this stage. Celebrate. I mean,
Okay, guys, why
Take
you
your flowers.
take your flowers
why you
now.
celebrate? Remember that Tony is still there. Sahit is still there.
Yeah.
Rory is still there. Colin is still there. McIntyre is still there. And world number one is still there.
Yeah.
And they're just smiling and say, okay, no problem, keep going.
That's why I say he should
Let me come and swing.
celebrate now.
I think I should,
get- let me go and swing.
focusing on him and having this conversation. It feels like you're just one-sided. Take your flowers.
I mean,
You've
when-
started off
I mean,
right.
get all the media presence you need.
Yes,
the media
and this thing has a way of playing on the psychology of the
Yeah,
players because
actually.
now everyone is backing him, everyone is celebrating. He's like making headlines when it comes to golf at the moment, and everyone wants to write about what historic feats he has achieved. He goes on to win the championship. Come on.
Yes, they won. Okay, we are here. We sure will be keeping tabs on him and we wish him the best. Now let's go to Formula One. Now we've had beautiful Grand Prix from Australia to China, down to several other places. But this particular thing in the news will always refuse to go away. Red Bull, when are they going to get their house in order?
Lewis,
Yes, they are leading right now, but when are they going to get their house in order? For Andre, he has for the first time come to say that he is open to head to another team. That is like everyone was expecting that all.
is he the Jonah on the boat, or he's jumping because he's expecting the ship to sink?
Will I say principle? He
Personal.
just said his personal.
Well, it's
principle.
best that Iselo goes down with his boat,
If you
But then,
refuse, if you refuse, he's telling somebody, take the blame for your actions. You guys are refusing to take the blame,
Taking
and
the
you are
blame.
playing politics.
And
Andre
dragging
just said,
everybody down with
I'm going to leave.
where would he go to?
Well, people that want him out, they are queuing. I won't say like they are queuing.
But I think Ferrari's top on the list because I think with the chance of working with the likes of Hamilton, I mean,
no.
it can also boost the contract and all that, and drag his attention because working with these greats would also give birth to more championships, more wins, and they'll just work hand in hand to making themselves great. But I think Ferrari, yeah, he might go to Ferrari if
Not Mercedes.
no Mercedes.
Okay. They say he might go to Ferrari, not Mercedes. Okay. We wish him the best. We wish everyone the best, as long as they settle with no issues. Now let's go to the cocoa of the cocoa. Who is going to take the day tomorrow? Tyson, Fury, and Usyk.
Is he 18th already?
Yep, tomorrow.
Oh, goodness.
Who is taking it? Fury, Usyk. Fury, Usyk.
Fury wants to be called the unified
Yeah.
heavyweight champion. Last person who did it, I think, was over 2 decades ago, Lennox Lewis. But then what the issue here is, the good thing to it is the trainer of Lennox Lewis is also going to be, on Usyk's
Team.
side, by his own corner, so to say, on the ring, right? And he's speaking very proudly and confident that this will be done in how many rounds now? Two.
Was it two?
It's a 2, right? Sugar, he said 2, and that there's something significant about this. But I'm not certain that it's going to go down that way. You don't just, I don't think it's a crossover fight where you feel Fury will just knock Usyk down and, celebrate. It might drag a little bit.
It will drag a little bit. It will drag more than three rounds because I don't. This is something big. It's significant in
Yes.
boxing history.
He would not just give up.
Yeah.
I mean, how you be named unified heavyweight boxing champion.
after one round.
But at the moment, I
You would
see
even people
Yeah.
thought this, and of course, followers will call it a fluke. The last fight, our brother took part in.
He's now your brother. Okay.
Well, he's offended by the fact that Nigerians troll him on social media.
When he lost,
he was the one that disbrothered also.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, at some point, even the media stopped putting the hype. Nigerian media space stopped describing
Because he
Nigerian
lost.
boxer.
Because he lost.
Who doesn't want to be associated with success or
So
winning?
now that he won,
But then the winning was described as a fluke.
by who?
Some persons believed it was
Why
too
didn't
easy.
they just
for
step
him
into the
to
ring?
defeat. No.
They should have stepped into the ring.
Well,
Then we'll really know how to spell fluke.
Oh, it doesn't start with Francis's F.
So for those that are looking forward to it, it's happening tomorrow. And if you're not connected and you're not live in Saudi, hey, it's 28.94 pounds. You heard us right. So it's a whole lot of money. Right now, I can't give you the exact amount that is going into their pockets, but hey, trust us on Monday. We'll give you that full gist
after the fight is done.
after the fight.
But there's something for
Whoever wins.
whoever, the winner and the loser. You know?
That is sure.
Yeah, so
And it's in tens of millions.
it's good when you get beaten and you know how much
How much you are being
taking,
dealt
you
the
know.
blows for.
Oh, each blow will have to amount for something.
Are you considering it?
No, I don't think I can stand.
I think Juvie would have considered it.
Here's the thing: boxers go on in the long run to become sick.
Says who? Okay, now let's go straight to sports business. Now, for those that are wondering, pressure has continued to mount over controversial. You know what we're talking about. You know where we're going to. We're still heading to that 777 partners. The guys that wanted to buy Everton. Now we have issues with fraud, had issues with things that we can't control. But now, now the other clubs that they have interest in, they have a lot of interest in Vasco da Gama and Belgium. Belgium's standard league are also coming into question.
Yeah.
Who is following them? Who are they following?
Of course, the EPL is one of the most followed leagues. The publicity on the English Premier League is mind-blowing. A lot of money raked in from TV rights for various clubs.
So did they make a mistake getting there and their books are just opened, or what's happening? Or somebody's telling them,
No,
don't try it.
I feel Everton made a mistake financially or accounting-wise, and it's something that could have been avoidable, right? But then
The person trying to come and buy them.
no investor would want to,
he's now in trouble.
you know.
There's also into this. They have
It's
fingers
they even
being pointed
if you
at
look
them.
at how Everton is on the table, you'll be amazed that they were able to survive all of this point deduction, the whole media war that
10
went
points to
on.
be precise.
Yeah, so it's mind blowing. So I wouldn't even blame 777 for.
Come again.
I won't blame them if they decide not to.
Now they are in trouble. Do you think if they just stayed away from Everton?
They would not look into their.
That's just my thoughts, though.
So
if they just left Everton alone,
they are the Achilles heel.
right now they are in trouble.
They're also in trouble. I mean, you cannot, get someone that is involved in fraud and you have an established team that is also being pointed fingers at. Well, you can't put the two together. It's disaster. I mean, look at City with their 115 charges. We have not even opened the books yet.
Yeah.
And they are still climbing.
And they're still climbing and they're still disturbing. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll keep following the news and see.
I'm not
Okay.
saying anything.
Oh, better don't say anything. Now, for Under Armour, they are set to lay off amid sharp revenue drop. You heard us very, very well. Now, Under Armour founder Kelvin Plank, he has come out to say that the company is seizing this crucial moment to make proactive decisions for the future. Now, these proactive decisions you are making is to sack people from work. How proactive is this future you are planning for?
Economic situations around the world is not very favorable for even sporting organizations, and so you might not blame them. And yes, some people believe that the easier way is to lay off, right? But then,
I mean, I think
what other way?
businesses haven't had it easy since COVID-19.
Yeah.
I think people have not really been able to, stand on both.
Which of the businesses?
I mean,
Just
Sports business in general. Sports business.
economically
Even for sports, it affected them because during that period, people could not go to watch matches.
people could know. Yeah,
Remember that during that particular period, we had the best boom for streaming services.
yeah, that was
Yes.
that was.
But
what,
how many
created the
persons
boom.
tapped into that?
A lot. It's here that we did not tap into it. But a lot of even the major entertainment industries, the Disneys,
Yeah.
the what's it called? Every of those ones that had the major theaters.
Yeah,
But
All
did,
went
did,
straight
did this sports team
Yeah.
have how do I describe it now? Did they have any? Did they benefit from the streaming services?
Of course, yes, they do. You get to pay. Now let's go. Let's just head straight to football because we have short time. Charles, this is where we are going to ask you some beautiful questions. What happened with Leverkusen? Who is their jazz man, to be precise? Who exactly is boiling that pot for them? What is happening?
Well, for me, I always think it's a fusion of the old and the young. Once you have the experience and the young talents fused together, they will give you outstanding performances. I mean, you have the likes of Xhaka, who is very, very experienced with the EPL. And
The guy- no, where is it coming from?
Yeah, he came from Arsenal.
That
We'll
was
give you
famous.
credit because you guys always, the thing is, you guys sell players and they go and they become
not
great.
you guys.
Look at Chamberlain. Chamberlain left Arsenal and he's a serial winner. Let's drop it there. And now we have Xhaka that is, just taking control of that midfield, dictating the game and just grooming these young boys. And you see the likes of Ritz, you have Victor, Boniface, Frimpong, that are exciting talents that want to show the world what they can do. And they have this fire and desire in them to, and that's what has, gotten them this far. I mean, 50 games in a season, unbeaten.
They just have 3 left, and
and that's the season for them.
And then they will be able to say undisputed. It's going to be like the Invisibles of Arsenal.
But then
Now you call Arsenal again.
yeah, we have to still call, but it's not quite as the same thing with this Leverkusen. They had more wins than that Invincible did.
Who is me? I didn't play.
I'm not saying you. I said the Invincibles. Arsenal did in their time.
Okay, you guys mean Arsenal. Okay, now
So I just think this is a fusion of old and fine wine and old wine.
and you are leaving the coach out of it.
No, I was going to come there. Okay, let's also look at the fact that most successful coaches are midfielders in their playing time. I mean, they always seem to see the game from a different perspective. You look at Arteta, look at Pep Guardiola, look at Xavi.
Oh, Arteta
Iniesta, look
Arteta
at
is a successful coach.
Xavi also in Barcelona.
You say
Arteta is successful.
Like seriously?
Yeah, Arteta is successful. I'll give him his flowers all day.
I think I'm missing something. It's like there's a pre-existing rivalry, going on here that I'm just caught in between, and it feels like I'm getting the mass
actually,
moves.
He's used to being, Arsenal. People have a different opinion as to how Arsenal is doing or what they should have achieved.
Yeah.
Given that they have this finely gelled team in their possession, but
I don't think Arsenal have done badly.
Exactly.
It's just been a rough season for them.
Last season, rough season. When you compare it to last,
you know why I described it as rough? Come this weekend. Can we go there now? Can we just go there?
Don't go there. Let's stay safe. Let's stay safe.
Oh, we'll get there eventually. So why not just start the butchering from now?
Because there's every possibility that Manchester City will win West Ham. And when they do, Arsenal will finish second. Yeah? And when Arsenal finish second, you say all of the work and they've done from the beginning of the season last year up until now, should have led them to win the league. And then you call it rough. Because last season was almost the same thing.
It was almost the same.
So
they fell short.
How do you marry this back to back, playing second fiddle to Manchester City?
It's progress. I feel like it's progress coming
Same
from
thing
where they
happened.
used to.
Same thing happened to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Oh well, Jurgen Klopp
Liverpool's
is leaving.
own was even longer.
It was longer. I mean, they pushed them to the final. They pushed them. Man, it was beautiful to follow, and I just feel sad for Arsenal, given that they.
Do you understand why he now said it's rough?
Yeah, because they've played
Why are you
excitingly
feeling sad
well.
for Arsenal?
Because it doesn't seem likely anymore. We all know that City would not let this go.
Hello, second is not bad.
Second is not bad.
They will
but
try again next year.
I remember in December we're winning the league.
Who is we?
They were 11 points clear of second place Liverpool at the time. Although we know City had some games in hand, but then they were we were winning the league, we were lifting the trophy. Even Arteta last weekend said he's in his head he's lifting the Premier League. I mean, you can't write
Charles,
City out.
You know where it gets interesting. Can you remember when Erling Haaland picked up an injury?
Yes.
And you said this guy was done for the rest of the season, and then somebody had to do, and he came back.
Okay, let's stay focused on this beautiful game. Now, to everyone that is wondering, we want to say congratulations to Leicester. They are back. They are back. Congratulations to Ipswich. Then, for those that are wondering, Leeds has qualified for finals of the
Of
playoff.
playoff.
So hey, you never can tell who is going to.
That game was because when they played that draw at Norwich, I said Norwich better get the maximum points here because if they go to Leeds, they would lose woefully, and I was not wrong. 5-0 on the night. I mean, it was a bamboozle.